All right, welcome to Smokey Approved, Korea slash Reacts. We are doing a little research because I'm kind of only predominantly listening to BTS's music from like a solo standpoint, but I don't have like a solos uh, mentality. So I seen this video and I was like, before I do any further videos, let me do this one so I can just be as clued up as possible, so I can avoid as any pitfalls that may fall before me in the future. That said, though, thank you guys for joining me. If you could please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and let's get into this.
When it was announced that Jimin was going to release his first solo OST, everyone was excited. Jimin was the only one from BTS without a solo OST or mixtape. However, when it was announced that Jimin's song was going to be a collaboration with the Korean singer Ha Sung-woon, many fans were upset. The majority of these were solo stans saying that Jimin was being mistreated by Big Hit and that they were rejecting his wishes of releasing a real solo song. To their surprise, days after the release of the song, Ha Sung-woon shared the process of how Jimin and him got to sing together in the song. It turned out that Ha Sung-woo, who is Jimin's close friend, contacted him to ask him if he had any wishes to do an OST, but was unable to do one. Jimin answered that he didn't actually have any interest on doing an OST, but if it's with him, his friend, then he's willing to try. So Jimin was never mistreated or sabotaged. He actually had the freedom to make his own decisions. But armies have heard this mistreatment fairy tale too many times. If solo stands from every member claim that their favorite member is being mistreated, then who is actually being mistreated? BTS's answer is no one, and let me tell you why.
Before we get into the why, that's the one thing that I feel like makes the whole group thing like work. Like, everybody's getting what the fuck they want. You want to go be sassy and do your thing on your own? Go ahead and go over there and go do that shit. You want to go be angsty and all that over there? Go do that shit over there. But then when it comes time to do this album, all them niggas link up like Voltron. It's I don't see how you could be upset at that, especially if they like fully support your solo thing like they do the group thing. It's just I don't know. And then I just know working in music, there's a lot of my music friends that like the reason the song is out is because I fucking just put it out. Like, them niggas will never put out a record by themselves. They just don't want to. They don't care. But if it's with the homie though, like, all right, yeah, cool, we'll jump on it. We'll do it.
A solo or a solo stan is someone who stands or is a fan of only one member of a group. But I'm mainly going to talk about BTS solo stans. Many will probably believe that if these solos don't disrespect the other members, then there really isn't a problem with them. But I completely disagree. First, people need to understand that BTS is a group that is extremely connected to their art. That was the base in which Big Hit created them. Instead of forcing them into a concept and sound like the other thousands of groups in K-pop, the label chose talented and hardworking people to create their own music and display their own personalities. RM said in an interview, "I sincerely praise Bang PD's insight and sharp eye. He gave us freedom to become players, and we as players could take high risk to get high return. The company and we equally contributed, and I think this is a desirable business model where agency and artists collaborate as business partners. When it comes to other groups, when a member is getting less lines in a song or releasing more solo stuff compared to the others, many blame the company and denounce the mistreatment taking place. And I get it. It's publicly known that the majority of these decisions are the company's decisions, and the singers are just interpreters of the songs they are given, and they are more like workers in a company that have little to no input in their art. But that is not BTS's case. RM and Jungkook said, "There are some bad people in Korea, but we feel like we're very respected when we talk to Mr. Bang. He gives us a lot of freedom to do whatever we want to do." One of RM and Suga's first frustrations was getting accused by other underground rappers to be the puppets of their company. Since then, all the members in BTS have said multiple times in their songs, interviews,
I was chilling though. I was chilling. What's that off the R mixtape? That nigga was going in. That nigga was going in. He had the little baggie. That's a good mixtape.
빅히트 모든 식구분들 그리고 가족분들 주위에 이제 챙겨주시는 저희 친한 지인분들 때문에 이제 저희가 이렇게 성장하고
and live streams that they have a voice in their art, that they are not being mistreated, and to please trust them.
이번 앨범도 그리고 저희 앨범뿐만 아니라 지금 많은 분들이 걱정하시고 얘기하시는 부분도 너무나 그런 게 최대한 없게 저희가 노력하고 생각하고 있을 테니까요. 좀 믿어주시고 조금만 더 믿어주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
But solos don't listen to this. I understand if you have a stronger connection to one member and he is your favorite or your bias. But if you truly respect him, you will understand that their priority is focusing on BTS, so their OT7 activities and songs come first. It's clear that Solo's final goal is for their favorite member to be a solo singer. Therefore, their goal is for BTS to be over. So they shout mistreatment at everything, even though their accusations are baseless. Shout mistreatment at everything, even though their
Cuz wouldn't like Jimmy wasn't on the song, so they're just like don't spin that record.
accusations are baseless. Let's start with the fact that if they were truly unhappy with their company, they wouldn't have signed a new 7-year contract with Big Hit. They would have disbanded or signed to another label. We even know that major music labels around the world were offering millions to have BTS under their belt. However,
That's
in
not
the 7th
enough, buddy.
anniversary, Jin said, "If things went as they were supposed to originally, yesterday would have seen the end of our contracts. But I am so thankful to have met the members, as well as
To sign all of these niggas would cost like 70 M's each. Like the amount of money you need to be able to keep these niggas together on another record label and then to support it. You could only be Big Hit because otherwise, nigga, I'm gonna bankrupt you on just me coming over. You won't even have any money to push my shit. You're gonna just have to pay me to show up and then have no money left over. Like, who the fuck's just got $1 billion to sign all these niggas and then have another billion for fucking administrative and overhead? I don't like, it's $2 billion minimum to sign these niggas, I think. That's $1 million up front for them niggas. That's a ridiculous amount of money.
good company. I am relieved that we are able to be together for a much, much longer time.
저는 우리 회사를 더 좋아해요. 왜냐면은 오늘 바라면서 하는 회사들도 많지만 거의 다 아미들을 위해서 저희 회사를 인정합니다. 다른 분들 보면은 팬분들이 소속사를 가끔 싫어하는 경우가 있더라고. 근데 저희는 대체적으로 팬분들이 저희 빅히트를 좋아하는 것 같아요. 시킨 건 아니고 저희는
That mostly. For some people, it's a mostly thing. That mostly is doing a lot of heavy lifting though. It's a lot of heavy lifting.
대체적으로 팬분들이 저희 빅히트를 좋아하는 것 같아요. 시킨 건 아니고 진짜 좋은 회사인 것 같아요.
After this, the 7 members were given a financial stake in Big Hit, now called Hype. About this, Arm said, "It's very meaningful for us, and also the company, that we admit and recognize each other as true partners." Despite all this, solo stans have claimed mistreatment for many decisions that BTS have made for themselves. The most notable one is line distribution, meaning how many lines in a song each member sings. And during all these years, the members have said the same thing. They all record everything, and then the line distribution will depend on who best fits the style of the song.
The melody came out, like we tried to find like who could do like the best for that melodies because everyone has their own.
I'll give you, like, at least for when you work in a commercial pop setting, that is the more standard setup, is everybody go fucking do a take of it. And then whoever the fuck sounds the best, guess who has a song today? This motherfucker. Guess who has a song today? This motherfucker. Because that's how it goes. Because the session I just did with the homie, I wrote it, I sang it, and then I couldn't really get the timing exactly how we, like, wrote it. So then the homie that were in the studio, like whose studio it is, he goes and tries it. And then the third homie who was just there with us, he goes and tries it. And then we're just outside the booth. So he's like, so like, do you want to tell him or do you want me to? That, like, he's the person that's going to be singing this song. I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck. As long as the song come out, I'm calm. But yeah, that's typically how it goes when you have a group of people on a song and then you guys kind of write in a collective, like, I guess like unit, like I would assume they do with how the music sounds.
Like a specific personalities and voices. So we tried to like always be fair. But sometimes it's hard, but we got our own style, so
Right.
I think.
그 어울리는 사람이 항상 맞는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 이게 결과적으로 좋은 결과물이 좋은 거기 때문에 그 파트 분배에 대해서 그 담당이 좋은 목소리 것 같다라면은 이제 그 사람이 그 담당을 해서 좋은 결과물로 만들 수 있게끔 노력을 하는 것 같아요. 그래서 다들 그 파트에 대해서 사실 크게 막 욕심을 내서라기보다는 그냥 자연스럽게 그렇게 분배가 되는 것 같아요.
끝나는 부분은 지금 슈가 형이 어떻게 되게 멋있게 장식을 해줬지만 이 부분을 사실 셋 다 녹음했어요. 그래서 저는 사실 좀 기대를 했어요. 혹시 내 목소리로 끝나지 않을까? 하지만 슈가 형이 목소리로 끝났다는 거. 호비도 약간 기대했어요. 슈가 형께 제일 좋았다는 거. 저희는 철저히 능력자입니다, 여러분. 아무리 멜로디를 많이 써도, 아무리 가사를 많이 써도 더 좋게 들리는 사람 것을 아주 능력제. 하나를 써도 제대로 써라. 하나를 녹음해도 셋이 녹음해도 한 명만 좋으면 된다.
했던 거 녹음할 때 기억나는 거는 그 파트를 다 불러봤어요. 우리 이제 래퍼 친구들은 다 느꼈을 거예요. 파트를 다 불러봤어요. 근데 거기서 이제 어울린 걸 한 거.
So, in some songs, J-Hope for example, we have only a couple of lines, and in others, he will sing the most. And this is the case with every member. Actually, according to this graphic by Twitter user Sarah's Just Here, the total line distribution from debut to their most recent release is pretty much equal. And if there's someone who sings the most, it's nothing like what solos make
It's my little nigga, that's who.
it up to be. And it's the same thing when a member wears a different color, is less active on social media, or releases a solo mixtape. Solos will be there creating conspiracy theories about mistreatment. In conclusion, the guys are happy with their company and are capable of making their own decisions. They've never shown otherwise, so solos' concerns are baseless. I do wonder.
Oh yeah, I gotta hear that. I've not had a chance to hear this Money Long yet. I want to listen to it because that hours. It's tune. Anyways, solos and antis. I don't know. I feel like stuff like this to me is just basic. Like, especially if you listen to the boys, it's just like them niggas is a clique. Like, they grouped up, and it seems like, at least from me outside looking in, they got a sweet deal on paper. Like, I wouldn't fuck it up. Like, the only thing I could ever see breaking this up currently, knock on wood, would be if somebody, like, really got disrespectful. Or, like, was like, I'm taking dude's girl off of him or something. Like, or whatever their significant other, if that just, they happen to like the same thing. Like, that's the only thing I can see breaking it up. Because everybody seems to be getting their money. Everybody got a piece of the company. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get what could cause the issue, so I don't see it. So I don't see the issue coming up. So niggas just chilling. Thanks, Bor, for putting this together. It's just a quick one. Thank you guys for joining me. Please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description. See you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.